Good evening, viewers. Welcome again to my channel, Second Matter, the solution to your math problems. Let's quickly look at this particular question. It's a question on general mathematics, November-December 2024. This is objective question 7. Now, given that sine beta is 6 out of 7, where beta is located within the range 0 degrees to 90 degrees inclusive, we have to find tan beta. So with this, you could see that beta, or the acute angle beta, is located in the first quadrant. We know that in the first quadrant, all the trig ratios are positive. So the first step is that let's represent sine beta on a right angle triangle. So first of all, I'm naming this right angle triangle as triangle PQR. And then I'm putting the acute angle beta there. So now, from SOHCAHTOA, which of them has the sine function? From SOHCAHTOA, which of them has the sine? So obviously that is SO. SO has the sine. And what does SO says? Now we know that SO says that the sine of the acute angle, in this case beta, is equal to the length of the opposite divided by the length of the hypotenuse. So with this, we could see that the opposite here is 6. That is the numerical value of the opposite. That is 6. And the numerical value of the hypotenuse is 7. So on the right angle triangle, let's also identify the sides. We want to identify the hypotenuse, the opposite, as well as the adjacent. Now we know that the side facing the acute angle is the opposite. So the side facing the acute angle will be the opposite. We know that the longest side is the hypotenuse, or the side facing the 90 degrees angle is the longest side. So that is the hypotenuse. And then obviously the remaining side here becomes the adjacent. So with this, we know our opposite, the numerical value of the opposite as 6. So the whole of this length here is represented as 6. And the numerical value of the hypotenuse is 7. So line QR becomes 7. So now let's look for the length of the adjacent line PR. So we can do so by referring from the Pythagoras theorem. So what does the theorem say? You know that the theorem says that the square of the longest side, in this case, the square of the hypotenuse, so the square of line QR is equal to the sum of the squares of the other two sides. So the sum of the square of the opposite, that is line PQ squared plus line PR squared. So let's do our substitution. We know line QR has a hypotenuse, and the numerical value here is 7, so we have 7 squared. Line PQ, the numerical value is 6, so 6 squared plus PR all squared. 7 squared is 49, 6 squared is 36, plus PR squared. So we can group like this. 49 minus 36. This should be equal to line PR all squared. Now what is 49 minus 36? That is 13. Line PR all squared. We are looking for PR, not PR squared. So what do? We need to do away with the square by taking the square root on both sides. So we take the square roots on both sides. And then you could see that the square root and the square will cancel out, leaving root 13 is equal to length of PR. Okay, so you can say that PR, the length of PR, in this case the length of the adjacent, is root 13 units. But we are looking for tan beta. Again from SOHCAHTOA, which of them has the tan? Which of them has the tan ratio? That is TOA. And what does TOA say? TOA says that the tan of the acute angle, in this case tan beta, should be equal to the length of the opposite divided by the length of the adjacent. Again, we know the opposite, the numerical value for the opposite are 6, and now we know the numerical value of the adjacent. That is what we calculated for as root 13. So with this, we know that tan beta is equal to 6 out of root 13. But to see that there is not a standard way of representing a said fraction. There shouldn't be any said in the denominator. So at this point, what do? We need to rationalize the denominator. And how do we rationalize the denominator? By multiplying both the numerator and the denominator by the said. So multiply by root 13 divided by root 13. So let's simplify. So we have tan beta is equal to 6 multiplied by root 13. That is 6 root 13. And then root 13 multiplied by root 13. That is 13. So what should be the right answer? From the alternatives, what should be the right answer? The right answer is option D. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Thanks for watching.